Gamers, it's Kristin, and I have a travel makeup bag video for you guys today. I'm not really sure exactly what to call this. So I mentioned this in a video, and it sounded like you guys wanted to see it, and I've talked about it a couple of lives. And so what I'm going to do is, this is what my travel makeup has been for quite a few months now. And I want to go through this, see what I want to take out, see what I want to put in, like that sort of thing. And I just don't love this case for airplane travel. It's just not, I don't know, I don't love it. So I'm gonna go back to my Person Lexi bag. I've had this for a long, long time. I believe that they sent it to me. I don't think I purchased this one. I've purchased from them and they've sent stuff to me. But anyway, so we're gonna switch from one to the other, see what I pull out, see what I put in. So let's start with, I wonder if the best way for me to do this is to kind of change the camera angle. Maybe I should go on the floor and kind of do it that way. I've never done this sort of video before. I'm not really sure what the best way is. I'm gonna try that and we'll see how it goes. All right, that was a fail to say the least. So back up here. Seriously. So I'm going to show you this Yumi Kim is, I got this in FabFitFun box maybe. So when you open up the top here, there's a little zip pocket there, and I'm gonna show you everything that I have in there. And we'll see what I'm going to pull out and what I'm going to keep. So I have a primer that I've actually used up completely, so we're going to put that in my empties bin. I have a sharpener. I want to keep that. I have this squished down purposefully because otherwise it just gets squished anyway. But the reason it's still in the box is because I know this is the one I haven't opened yet. So this is a MAC Eyebrows in Lingering. I always travel with that. And in here is the one that I'm currently using. I feel like it's almost gone, but so those will both stay. I always have a backup. So as soon as I use this one, then I'll buy another one so that I have a back. You know what I'm saying? You just never know when it's gonna run out. In that same box, I have a double-ended liner brush and brow brush since the MAC Lingering doesn't have one. I have a black and a brown eyeliner. I always keep these in here. This is the Essence Extreme Lasting. You guys know it's my favorite black liner. And then the Extreme Lasting brown. It's called But First Espresso. So those will stay. This mascara needs to come out and go in my empties. It's the IT Cosmetics Superhero. And this one I will keep in there. I haven't used it very much. This is the Clinique Lash Power. I have used it, so it's probably close to needing to come out of there, but for now we're gonna keep that. So I had, this is the primer that I had put in there when I knew the other one was running out. My little Sony Kashuk eyelash tool. I don't think they make this anymore from what I hear, but it's got this little end on it, and I like to use that if my lashes get clumpy. And then a tweezers. So those will all of that will stay. And then I'm going to open this and stick this in there. I just bought this today. This is a L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's my favorite drugstore mascara. So I'm going to open that and we're going to stick that in there. I'll figure out where I'm going to put it eventually. Okay, so I really like this Amazing Cosmetics lines. Oh, sorry, let me show you. There's a spot here for brushes, but I use that for other things. I don't use it for brushes since I have my brushes in something else. And this video, we won't be talking about brushes. We're just talking about makeup. So I like this Amazing Cosmetics Line Smoother and Primer, but I tend to never use it when I'm traveling. So I'm gonna stick it back up here and I'll use that up here. It is one of my favorite like prepping products, but for some reason when I travel, I just don't use it. I had stuck this in there. This is a Becca Cosmetics Moonstone, the liquid one, and again I never reach for it. I just feel like when I'm in hotel I'm trying to do things quickly, and this is a step I just don't take. So we're gonna take that out. I have my concealer, the Born This Way concealer. I will keep that in. And then I had stuck this in there. This is the Stila Shimmer and Glow in Kitten, and I've wanted to reach for that a few times here. And by the way, this bag stays in my suitcase. It never leaves my suitcase. So I've not been able to use this because it's, you know, like on the daily because it's been in there. So I'm gonna pull this out for now. And I do really like it, but I'm gonna pull it out for now. Obviously I like it because I travel with it, but I'm hopefully gonna put in a different palettes in here that will have, part of the reason I stuck that in there is because the palettes I had chosen, there wasn't a lid color, a light lid color that I loved, and so I had stuck that in there. I have only 2 of these left. I need to fill that back up, so we'll set that right here. This came out of a compact, so So we're gonna put that in the garbage because I did try to stick it back in and didn't. So right now in here, I'm gonna pull everything out and I'll tell you what I've got. So this is the Tarteist To Go. I love this palette. It's a great palette. I may stick that back in, we'll see, because that is very fall colors. I have Laura Mercier Baked Highlight in 01, and I keep that in there because it's small. It's not my favorite highlight anymore. I do really like it, but it's very, very subtle. So sometimes I want something with a little more kick. But this Estee Lauder single eyeshadow in Insolent Ivory is the one that I use all over my lid to, you know, kind of set my primer and ease in blending. And you can, I don't know if you can see, I've used a good amount of that. We will stick that in there. This I'm going to pull out because I want to use this up here. And this, also because it's broken and it's almost done. So I'm going to scrape that out, repack it, and I'm going to use that here. It won't take me long to use that up. This is the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder in the shade Light. I love this. So I'm going to pull that out, but I'll need to grab another powder foundation. You know what's funny is that I went to pull it right now so I won't forget, and I'll show you. And I have to say, I don't have a ton of powder foundations anymore. I have some loose ones, and I don't want to deal with loose while I'm traveling. So I have 2, I think, loose ones, and kind of the one I'm working through, and no, 3 loose ones. Anyway, I'm doing pretty well at not getting like too crazy with things lately. Okay, foundation. I have this, and this is just about gone, but I should know after this week. I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days. So we'll see. I'll see how this feels, but this is going to stay in. Oh, now I know where that came from because it's missing on both sides. This is the Wet n Wild Rose Champagne blush. I love this blush. And if this really is broken, I would actually try to, I think I may buy a new one. I may take this out for now and use it up here maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do about that. For now, I'm going to stick it back in here. For now, we'll see. I have a bronzer in here. This bronzer is so dark for me. This is it's called Limelight on here, but I think it's called Lime Life now. It's just so dark. I struggle with it a little bit. I can make it work, but I don't know. I have this in here, and I love this. This is an Inglot palette. Actually, a subscriber, Whitney, sent this to me with all of the transition and brow bone shades that I use. It's very heavy though, but for now I'm going to keep this in here because I don't really have another option that I can think of. And I like how these all work, so we're going to leave it there for now. I have a Smashbox full exposure, and in theory this is nice because it's so teeny, but I don't know if it's just this container, but they have not held up well. They keep breaking and that sort of thing, and it's kind of frustrating. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna take this out, and then we're gonna make a decision. I have a little bitty Fix Plus in here that those of you that know are saying, how come you can have that in there and not in your bag that you carry on the airline? It's a good question. Nobody at the airline has ever stopped me. Just saying. I have, this is an old, right? Is this the old one? I think so. Bye Bye Redness. Let me look. I can't remember. And I just haven't had to use this lately, so I'm going to pull this out for sure because I just don't really need it. I have 2 other blushes. I have this one that I love so much. This is the collab I did with Camp in Delightful. You can see how much I enjoy that. And then this is the one that I did that was in Glamour Gangsta Game. And it's a peachy one. But this probably I will pull out. I don't use a lot of peaches. I did today, but I don't normally use a lot of peaches in the winter, so we'll see. And then I have a MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. So that's everything that is in my current bag. So I'm gonna set this to the side, and I'm gonna make some decisions here, and then I'll come back to you. All right, so let's start putting this back together. Back together. You know what I mean. So in the back of this, there are little things for brushes if you want, and then there's a pocket right back here. So for now, I'm going to put in, I'm sorry, somebody has decided to mow their lawn. Sorry. Not that they shouldn't. It is a beautiful day in Wisconsin. So I don't have a travel size Becca primer, and where I'm traveling today, or where I'm leaving tomorrow, I'm going to Chicago, I don't have to fly. So I'm gonna stick this in here for now, and I'm ordering with my friends and family code that Emmy was nice enough to give me. Thank you, Emmy. I'm going to order another travel size of the Becca primer because that's the primer I like to travel with, and I don't have one. All I have is this one, the MAC Prep and Prime, and then another full size of this. So that's that. And I'm going to put in the foundation. I kind of have to work this way. I have to work in how I apply it in order to make sure that I don't forget anything. And I'm going to pull out one of these things here. And into that, I'm going to put my pencils, the mascara, concealer. These are awesome. I love the Person bags. If you haven't checked them out, they have no idea I'm doing this video, by the way, so don't get it twisted. Just saying. Then I'm gonna put in my tweezers. Forgot what that was called for a minute. And then the brush I use for my brows. The little Sony Lash Tool primer, my eye primer, that's all gonna go in here. And then I'm gonna stick down here, kind of towards the bottom of this, that pencil sharpener, because I don't need that all the time. So I'm going to put all of those things in here, and actually I'm gonna fill this up, and then I'm gonna stick that in that same thing. I'll probably get questions. So I got this, I think what are the stores called? Daiso or something like that. It was when I was down, I feel like it was in Dallas or something. But it's this, you know, that kind of store that has, that's the only place I've ever seen these kind, and I really like these kind of Q-tips. They have a total different end on them. You see? I really like them. They work really well for like removing issues or like concealer under the eyes or whatever your issue might be. All right, so I have that filled back up. Excuse me, I'm gonna stick that in here and then zip up this one. And for now, I'm gonna set it right here. So I have primer, I have my concealer, I have my foundation. I'm gonna take a next thing here and we're gonna put in here face products. This is just how I have to do it for me. So I'm gonna put bronzer, the powder foundation. Oh, and I'll show you what I picked. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I'm in 2C1 Pure Beige. Stick that in there. I find the powders are fairly forgiving. I'm so sorry. So I decided to put, for blush, I'm gonna put the pink one, the Delightful, back in there, and then I pulled up my Tom Ford Frantic Pink. We're gonna put that in there. It's a good shade it goes with a bunch of different looks. Can brighten up my face if I feel like I really need some brightening up. So we're gonna put that in there. So in this one, I have those two blushes, the powder foundation, and a bronzer. I'm gonna stick that right here. And I'm gonna stick with this highlight as well. I'm gonna put that in here. This is the Laura Mercier highlight that I showed before. It's a little miniature of the Baked Highlight 01. And I'll see if I can show you. You see, it does offer a little bit of sheen, just not a lot, but it works. It'll be fine. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I forgot about this front part. I'm going to, there's this pocket right here. I'm gonna stick the primer and foundation in there for now, and then I'm also gonna put my Painterly paint pot in that pocket. And oh, I do have this as well. This is a face powder as well. I'm gonna stick this in the same pouch here. This is a little, I pulled this out. I always travel with this. It's a little mini dim light by Hourglass. So I'm gonna stick that in here as well. It fits perfectly in there. Okay, so next is eyeshadows. I'm gonna stick with this for now. I really do like that. But I wanna switch out what I've been traveling with otherwise. I'm gonna need the Estee Lauder. This is that little one. And I'm not comfortable with this anymore because it keeps breaking on me. So I'm gonna put that away. And you know, I have some other little one, or another little one that looks kind of tiny like that. This is by Pure. I mean, those are pretty shades too. I have issues dealing with those small little pans. But like some of these are, like this is a very fall shade, I would say. So pretty. So I'll grab that, I'll put this here for now. And I'm gonna bring my minks, I'm gonna pack that You guys have seen this before. All right, I've spent some time in my drawers. So here's what I've decided to grab. I've decided to grab my Guerlain, is this a quint? Nope, this is a quad. In Le Fume, take your pick. It's nice, cool tones. I haven't traveled with any cool tones in a while. So, and I used to wear this all the time. Raise your hand if you remember that. So we're gonna stick that in there. And then I am gonna stick this Pure palette in there. This is more eyeshadows than one needs. But I don't know. I have no excuse. It's more eyeshadows than you need. But for now, that's what I'm gonna take. So I'm gonna stick that in there. I'm gonna stick the Viseart Minx, again, in case I can't remember if I showed you that. So that's what's going to go in here, and I'm zipping it up. And then in the little space on the other side, I'm gonna bring this just because I wanna play with it. And this is gonna be my makeup, not only for this trip to Chicago, but it will be for our trip up to Door County with all the girls here coming up. Obviously not this weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after. So this is the Natasha Denona Camel palette. I've really been enjoying this. So I'm gonna stick that in there as well. So let me put these in here, and then I'm gonna show you how, how this works. Now, I always have to have mine open. I can never travel with it closed. Like this extra part, you can expand it or have it closed. So I just wanna show you, this is what it looks like when it's all closed up with stuff. But let me open it back up and I will show you. So as I said, I have the foundation and primer in here. I have a little more space in this when I close it when I have a travel size primer, but then I have the bag that has my face color products. This is like brow, the liner, the mascara, concealer, and then this is, if I can get it out there, the eyeshadows. And then I'm just going to tuck this. See how it fits right there? Right down there. And let me get this zipped up for you. And that is what I'm gonna make sure I turn that. There, again, this is a nice thing. There's space. You can I can tuck it right there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tuck it right there. And then zip this up. I'm trying to show you while I'm doing this. It's very tricky. Had I been able to figure out how to do it without. So there you go. So there you go. That is my new travel makeup for the next couple of months until I switch it out again. I hope for those of you that were interested and requested this that it was helpful for you. I feel like my hair is sticking out, but it's just like things behind me that are. Anyway. On my face today, for those of you that are curious, I have the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream. Over the top of that, I have I was looking for where I put it, the Dior Capture Total Powder Foundation, which is beautiful. For blush today, I used the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores in the shade Naturally Pretty. And I changed my lip about 40 times. I did a live, I changed it, then I changed it again. Anyway, so just so that you know, if you would think to yourself, Kristin, would you normally wear a shade like this with this lip? Not normally, but that's okay. It's fine. And on my lips today, I used the MAC Lip Liner in Vino. It doesn't really go with this, but it was enough. And then I a little blast from the past. I went with Divine Wine from Maybelline. And on my eyes, I have the Makeup Revolution Emily Edit The Wants palette. I think that is everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. And in everything that you do, be beautiful. Bye.